And so for us, like any other neighborhood, every neighborhood has its own story. For us, it's the fact that our neighborhood is one of the earliest suburbs of our city. Then over time, as our city began to grow and expand outward and northward for us, those that lived in this original suburb that was comprised of large, 4 and 5 bedroom, 2,300 square foot, 4,000 square foot homes, right next door to, another, 800 square foot, 2 bedroom, 1 bath home, is that people who lived in some of the larger homes that they owned began to move out north. Began to sprawl into newer parts of the city, and so our neighborhood really was left behind. It was left behind. There was a vacuum that was created that then, because it really was no longer getting investment, that real estate speculators began to pick up property, and over the course of time, a highway was built that divided our neighborhood from everything to the south, which is a really important commercial corridor that we now had to navigate around a highway to get to. And so those kinds of structural things that have occurred in our neighborhood's history, those kinds of flight stories, really shaped our neighborhood. But our story isn't over. And so because people in our city have begun to focus on neighborhoods like ours, because people have worked alongside of people who have been there for generations to rebuild and revitalize this neighborhood. It has rebounded in a significant way without gentrifying in ways that are unjust. And so we now live in a neighborhood that is rebounding in ways that our city has never seen. They're truly unparalleled. So our story is what makes our neighborhood unique, and it's what makes every neighborhood unique.
There were 2 specific incidents that happened that really solidified my love for our neighborhood. Like, I knew I fell in love with our neighborhood with these 2 specific incidents. The first thing that happened was in our backyard, we have a big play structure, and there were some little girls from the neighborhood who were back there swinging, just minding their own business, having a good time swinging. And this one little girl, she starts singing this song, and the song was loud, and she was just boisterous, and she was just enjoying herself. And on the other side of the gate was someone who is obviously gang affiliated, and he was a well-known gang member actually. He was on the other side of the gate bobbing his head as the little girl in our backyard was singing this kid's song. And right then and there, I knew that this was a neighborhood that I could love. And so there was a thread, there was a commonality that these 2 shared together, not even knowing, not even seeing each other, not even knowing. But for me, it was like there's more hope in this neighborhood than there is pain. So the second thing that happened, there was a huge rumble in the middle of the street. And there was arguing, there was a lot of stuff happening, and I grabbed my phone just in case I needed to call for help. And as people were drawing closer to the center of the argument, the dispute that was happening, there was a big guy. He started taking off his shirt as if, okay, it's about to go down. And he took off his shirt, and everybody's just charging the middle of the circle. And he's, with his loud voice and his big body, he says, "Stop!" He says, "Nobody is getting hurt today. Now everybody go back inside." And here I am standing on the outside of the circle with my phone just in case, it's probably just in case. And this guy who was obviously looked up to as a leader in his family, in his neighborhood, in his gang, whatever, for him to disrupt whatever violence was getting ready to happen, again, that was a moment for me where I just go, oh my goodness, this is a neighborhood that I can love and that I can care for, because there are other people who love and care for this neighborhood, and I don't have to carry this by myself. And so that was a moment for me that really transformed my way of thinking about the neighborhood and really caused me to fall deeper in love with the neighborhood. Absolutely.